Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is our reaction / probably some little review for the finale of Miss Marvel. The last one.
Yeah, I kept forgetting that this episode was coming up because it felt like a finale last week.
Yeah, last one was the last one.
The last one was the last one until this one came out.
Yeah.
No, I literally was like, yeah, the series is done. Kamala and her family are good, and the clandestines are gone. And then
Do you think there's anything left with the clandestines?
No.
Okay.
I don't know how. Like how?
I don't know. Kamran might be possessed by his mom. I don't think so, but like maybe.
That would be so weird. I don't know if they could spin that in a way that I would enjoy it.
Do you think we bring up Kamala being in high school?
Nope. Nope. There's gonna be maybe a half-assed joke at the very end about all the school days she's missed, but no.
I think the only way it's brought up is in Bruno going to Caltech. Remember that plotline?
Oh yeah.
I thought that was gonna be really important to the show.
Well, we'll find out if it has any relevance in the finale.
Enhanced individual tried to kill you.
She didn't try to kill me. She saved my life.
Forgot about her.
Zoe? I wonder if Zoe's gonna be, and Zoe in the comics is gay. So I wonder if they're gonna make that part of the comics, or the show.
You have powers too?
That "you have powers too" is such an 80-yard line.
Oh, yeah. I was like, was that even in the end of the last episode?
Yeah, it was.
'Cause I don't remember hearing that.
This is what happens when the wrong people get powers.
The wrong people. Ooh.
I want this kid taken alive. That way we can figure out what the hell he is.
Stop right there! Oh, sorry! Watch where you're going.
Whoa, crap.
We gotta go!
Kamala didn't have that much trouble.
No, she did wreck AvengerCon. She did almost kill Zoe. She did have that much trouble.
Fair
Remember
point.
when she caused Thor's hammer to almost kill multiple children?
Yeah, you know what? Fair point.
I have an announcement to make.
I asked you for getting.
Bruno's been attacked.
I am the light girl.
Oh my god! I had no idea!
Oh, Toba.
You told them already.
I worry, Peter. I just worry too much.
Apo.
I love him so much.
He's so good.
And we trust her, right?
She's still
She's
a kid.
come a long way.
I'm so glad you called. We literally just got back from the airport.
Come on, stop. Have you heard from Bruno? Circle Q exploded.
Isn't that across the street from their house? How did they get home without seeing that it's been blown up?
No, it's...
Yeah, because
not
at the
that
party,
far.
Abu walks there to get the cherry pie.
It might
Maybe
be
it's
like
like
around
2
the
blocks
corner.
away, but like...
Yeah, I don't...
This feels a bit more like you.
Did she sew it on the plane?
She's like, I got
I'm
something
so
for you.
confused.
I don't know.
That's rad.
That's very cool.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go. This would be exhausting.
Yeah, if you didn't have, like, super stamina, she just... All right.
You can't hide in a mosque.
Why? What houses of worship are supposed to offer sanctuary?
This is a mosque in America.
Yeah. She's right, though. They literally went to the mosque where damage control has already been looking for Nightline.
But I don't know if they knew that damage control had already been there, right?
Yeah, Nakia, like, made a big deal of it in front of Bruno.
I assure you, damage control is only here to ensure your safety.
I really wish they'd taken their shoes off.
They're meant to be assholes.
I know.
Please.
She like my cookies.
What up?
I know. My mom would kill me if she found out I had a boyfriend.
Are we supposed to know who that is?
I don't think so.
Remember, just because someone treats you as their enemy doesn't give you the right to treat them as yours.
It's a good line.
Go, go, go.
Thank you.
The best disguises I've ever seen.
No, those two have baseball caps on. It's not them.
Not them.
Not them.
She got really good at parkour.
Her cardio must be insane.
Yeah.
What are you guys wearing?
She looks so good. Oh, it's such a good suit.
It's great.
I'm okay. We're okay.
Ah.
Is he becoming the gate between the two worlds?
I don't think so.
Is that what? Did she do that to her own son?
I feel like I'm being crushed from the inside out.
You guys go. I'll catch up.
How long have they been running?
Yeah. I'm a little confused.
Why does it need to be nighttime?
But you like kind of hate superheroes. I didn't.
Was that established?
Guys! Damage control is here.
They tried to trick me into giving you up.
What?
What is happening?
The theater has good lighting. It's where I film my TikToks.
She just goes to school on Saturday and turns on all the theater lights to film. It's brilliant.
Sure you have authorization.
Can't Kamran and
Sounds good.
Kamala
We'll keep
just
him busy
run
while
on
you run
light
up
in
to
the
Wait,
sky?
what?
How did they get into school?
Bathroom window. All right, I went to school here too.
What is happening? Like, I want to take this seriously, but the show doesn't want to take it seriously.
Yeah.
Reno and I are on mad scientist duty.
That is the craziest school lab I've
After that,
ever
we-
seen.
Why wouldn't damage control just go in? Why are they waiting?
Oh.
You and Nakia grab as many balls as you can.
Has damage control been outside for hours?
And they are leaving a trail of destruction all through Jersey City.
Trail of destruction. They've destroyed, subway window.
Yeah.
I don't care if you need another 10 seconds, okay? You're not gonna get it. Evacuate now, Deaver. You hear me?
I'm so lost.
Yeah, like
Do we have a green light?
Kamran's power threw the trash around a bit.
Call in all additional units. Now.
So you mean to tell me you knew Kamal had powers and you didn't say anything? Because it's not like you.
Oh, Zoe recognized Kamala at AvengerCon. She knew it was her. That makes sense.
I think Kamal should be able to tell the world when she's ready.
What?
Zoe's gay in the comics. That was very, yeah. That was nice. I like that.
Yeah. This is getting...
So wait, now she's not obeying orders?
Yeah, she's gone rogue.
Why?
Because she's an asshole? Her entire personality is that she's an asshole, so I think that that's what they're going for.
I'm only helping you out because my sister's one of the smartest people I know. And I know she wouldn't help anybody out that didn't deserve it.
How did they know which door they were going to come in?
They've probably all been wired, right?
We're gonna need the bomb squad. Move it! Move
Are we about to get...
What? How long would it take to wire that to happen?
Are we about to get, like, full, like, Kevin McAllister, like, Home Alone in the high school?
Like, I want that, because it's funny, but I don't know.
Hey, it's Zoe. I'm at Cole's high school where damage control is me and my friends totally surrounded. Come to Cole's. Spread the word.
Look what Rashid just said.
They follow Zoe... Oh, no. Someone sent it to him. I was like, they follow Zoe on TikTok? Like...
Here's the thing, like, would the For You page push that video? You know what I mean? It might take some time for it to get to people's For You page.
It depends on how many followers she has, right? Because she's like, hey, send this to everybody.
They have stun guns. Why aren't they just shooting? What is happening?
not stun guns.
Yeah, they stun the clandestines. They even kind of look like the Star Wars stun gun.
Now? Real now?
Hey, you guys gotta...
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, guys! What's going on? You want... Oh, please!
Jesus.
Don't move! Shut up!
I'm sorry, they shot at each other?
Yeah, they're stormtroopers now.
Oh my god.
It's working!
Yeah. They did all that and the plan was to go out a window? They... had out... Oh! Jesus! Oh.
Right there!
Those guns are suddenly more destructive.
Yes. Cool. So now they don't want to use the stun guns? Like, why?
No, they're shooting real bullets at a child.
He didn't do anything? Like...
Well, and they don't know that he even, like, pulled those lockers down on people.
Jesus Christ.
I got it!
It's a cool beat for her.
Yeah, but this is nonsense. His powers don't look as good as hers. Is he about to jump down?
I'm assuming into the subway line?
Oh, okay. Even the cops are like...
That means that you're relieved of your duty. A union's coming to fix your mess. Get out of there, now.
Yeah, but like...
Yeah.
It was just one person overstepping so far that like it... Yeah, I don't know.
That it just made no sense.
Yeah. I think that Marvel wanted her to be the villain, but wanted Damage Control to still be...
redeemable.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps asking me, Ruby, do you know who she is? Of course, if I knew who she was, I wouldn't tell you here.
Everybody knows who she is in this community. It's Kamala.
Yeah. Her mask does not cover that much.
She was found with Bruno, Zoe, Nakia, and Kamala's brother.
And her brother.
Looks like I am now a hot dog. Let's hope this hot dog is halal.
Her suit looks amazing.
Yeah, she's
I will say that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is really scary.
He's the best.
I'm still figuring it out.
Of course you are. Hey, we're all still figuring it out.
Because everyone knows that she's...
Caltech, there it is.
He did it in a letter? I wish I got more Nakia in the show. I really liked her.
That's what Kamal means in Arabic. Perfect. But in Urdu, it's more like
It's a lot to live up to.
wonder, marvel. Kamal means marvel.
I share the same name as Carol frickin' Danvers.
I don't know who that is. But you sure are, and always have been, our own little Miss Marvel.
That's so sweet.
No,
I love you.
love you too.
He's so freaking good.
I know.
There it is. The iconic cover. I wonder if those would be hot. Because
I don't know.
they're like lights that are on for hours. It's like a seat warmer.
That your genetic makeup again?
Bruno, you know you can call me when you're bored.
No. Amir kept asking if he might have powers too. And I think we might have had it wrong the first time around.
What do you mean?
So we know why you have access to the Nor and how you can wield it, but when I compared you to the rest of your family, something still seemed off. Like a mutation.
What? You can't throw that music beat in there. That's not fair.
Please.
How are they registering the car? They don't have a proof of sale.
Get in, losers. We're getting shawarma.
I love you.
All right, no humans, but we're making Kamala mutant. Cool.
All right. It's more recognizable for larger majority of people, I guess.
Yeah.
So she's not a clandestine? Or clandestines are mutants?
No, I think that the mutant gene happens randomly in people. Right?
Okay.
And so I think that she could have gotten the mutant gene in her, like, father's side.
I see. Okay.
So all of her family has the ability to connect to Noor because
Yeah.
they're all clandestines, or her mom and her brother. But because they don't have the mutation that Kamala has, they can't harness it or wield it, which makes sense.
Which is also potentially why Kamran's powers are going to be different than hers because they're not the same.
Kamran is also an Inhuman in the comics.
Oh, in the comics, so he might also
he's
be
also
a
going to be a mutant
Okay,
in
okay.
the MCU.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, which is fine. I'm fine with that being
Yeah.
her being a mutant.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about everything else in this episode, but like
Yeah, it was utter nonsense. And like
I really like all of the family stuff.
Yeah.
And the superhero stuff in the show.
Yeah.
Struggled, I think, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree. If there was just like the relationship side of things, it would be my favorite Marvel show. For sure, like hands down. But there's all this other stuff in it that is absolutely...
I think they should have chosen Damage Control or the Clandestines as villains.
Yeah.
And I think that because we went away to go deal with the Clandestines, coming back to Damage Control without much setup, it was just... Yeah.
They're nothing.
That does not sound like science, homework.
Okay.
School.
There it is. Is it gonna be a communicator? I'm gonna like follow pop up and break it. Oh!
Why? Yes, she can do it! She can do it! Let's go!
Oh, no.
Cool. Okay, that was fun. That was very fun.
All right. So thoughts. There's a lot of stuff in that episode that is built on nothing.
Yes, absolutely.
And it hurts the show, in my opinion.
I agree completely.
Because they wrapped up all of the emotional storylines except for Kamran and his family last episode.
Yep.
And so there wasn't as much room for Kamala's storyline emotionally to land this episode.
Yep.
Particularly around... The moment where she embiggens is a cool visual moment.
Yeah.
But it should have been like this moment where like she sees her family and all of those things connect at the same time and coalesce. But her family's already accepted her.
Yeah.
Like all of the emotional legwork is done. And so the entire final episode becomes about the plotting of the Damage Control.
Yeah.
And I think what hurts it is the moment where the guy says, "Don't go in." And you're like, oh, okay, so even Damage Control doesn't want them to attack children in a school.
It's just this one woman who is for some reason evil and unhinged.
Yeah, and it just doesn't make sense.
Okay, here's the thing. I thought they were going to at least like reveal that she was working for somebody else. Like another clandestine or like I don't know, because I was like, she does not make any sense. She's just an asshole and she is meant to represent all the like white assholes of America.
Well, and look, I don't want to downplay that Muslim people in New York City face incredible scrutiny from the government, right? And like it is wildly unfair the way they're treated. It is tough when you make the government launch a missile into an apartment with 2 children in it.
Yeah.
To then think that their righteousness is so strange. Their self-righteousness, sorry, is so strange.
Yeah.
Because they shot a missile at 2 kids.
Yeah.
At the end of last episode.
And then they don't have any justification for it. And here's the thing. When you want to make a statement about something like this, because I think it's important to make, right? Like you said, they do face scrutiny. Like that is unquestionable. But you need to like give the villains at least like a little bit of like a motive so they can justify it for themselves and they don't just seem like mindless automatons, right? Like they need to be slightly relatable so that you can be like, oh, I can see how people do that and how it's wrong. It doesn't seem like it's so far removed that you're like, oh yeah, that doesn't happen. That's nonsense, right? And it felt like nonsense.
But it's tough because the guy undercuts her ability to be self-righteous.
Yeah.
And like I don't know. The entire school sequence was so bizarre.
Yeah.
Because it would have taken literal hours to set that up.
Well, and it also took them hours to get to the school. Like, it was the middle of the day, and then it was nighttime.
Yeah. I mean, that's just
And then they had to wait until, like, midnight, so I guess that's what that... I don't know. Like...
Yeah. And so, like, a lot of motivations... And the problem... Part of the problem with damage control as a motivating thing for the end of the show is that there's no emotional stake there.
No.
They're just hench people.
They just suck.
Yeah.
And that's it. And so, yeah, I think it was really lacking on that side of things because, like you said, the character stuff is so good. The scene with Zoe and Nakia
awesome.
was great, and it wasn't any more than like it needed to be.
But also the people getting into the school when it's surrounded by the damage control, like Zoe being in the school is funny. Like I actually didn't hate that moment, but the brother showing up, I was kind of like.
I climbed in the window.
They didn't notice. They didn't notice a grown man walk up to the school. Are they watching the front door and not the other doors? They have drones.
Here's the thing: it would have been so easy to overtake Kamala if you can just get in the school without them noticing. Like
it would have been if he can get in without damage control noticing him going in, they should be able to leave.
Yeah.
If they're like, oh, there's a window that damage control isn't watching, let's go out that window.
Yeah.
And that's why it's hard to like buy into it, is because you're like, oh, if there's a way out, there's a way in, there's a way out.
That entire sequence was nonsense.
And it's just yeah, it's unfortunate because I think that like the show that Miss Marvel wanted to be about is so good.
Yeah.
It's the
extra that they tried to throw in.
That it feels like the show didn't even really care about.
Yeah.
Like the clandestines, the show never really felt like it cared about it. They're not even villains. Like, and that's what's so weird is that it's so much Kamala's storyline, and so when it is about Kamala, it is really genuinely wonderful. Because Iman Vellani she's fantastic.
Yeah.
All the casting for her family's great. I don't know why the letter that Bruno put in the locker is a hanging thread that they left.
I don't know what that was.
I guess they didn't go to school in that week.
No, but that wasn't Kamala's school. Those were bright blue lockers that matched the Caltech sweater. So he put a note in someone's Caltech locker.
Oh, they had blue lockers in the school.
No, they got pulled off the wall. They're gray.
I think they're blue.
No, they are gray. If we go into the school there.
They're pretty blue. I don't know. No, it had to be school. He hasn't gone to Caltech yet. He didn't put a letter in some random person in Caltech's locker at the end of the show.
That's what it literally looked like.
No, that was their school. That was Kamala's locker.
But that didn't make any sense because the Caltech blue of the sweater was the exact same as the lockers. It has to be the school colors.
Okay, it has to be Kamala's locker. It has to be a letter that she's gonna open at the beginning of season 2. It was just a weird, it was just a weird thread to then
you don't have the same locker the next year at school, though.
We don't know where in the school year they are.
Fair enough.
And that's the problem is like the show had so many like threads that I just was like, okay.
But there's also no snow, so it has to be either like early fall or late spring.
That's a good point.
It has to be.
Yeah, there's snow in New Jersey for like November to March.
Yeah, like no one was wearing winter jackets, right? Like it has to either be like September or like May, April, May.
What college program has you leave your high school in the middle of a semester?
I don't know. None of it made sense.
There must be like an early entrance thing or something that they're trying to replicate.
You can't pull a single thread in this show because it just unravels. And like it feels, I don't
know. I don't think it unravels. I think that a lot of things weren't explained enough. So like you can't even unravel things because like trying to understand the clandestines is like it didn't really matter to the end of the show.
Yeah. I thought
and she's not she doesn't even get her power from being a clandestine. It's because she's a mutant. So like it literally is like I don't know. Well, there's too many things in the show.
Yeah, that makes Kamran confusing. I thought like his mom like sent him like whatever energy was in the gate, sent it to Kamran so that he could like become the gate. I thought she was literally sacrificing him.
Yeah, I don't understand how her doing that gave him power.
I've no idea. Apparently Kamala's like she wanted to protect you, she chose you, and I'm like I don't know what that means. None of it makes sense. And I honestly like Kamran I find is a really interesting character, and I wish that we had had more with him because you know like these powers are manifesting in a way that he doesn't understand, and you know even Kamala struggled at the beginning, but he's also injured.
Yeah.
He's lost everything, and so you know like it was kind of just exploding out, and like I wanted to understand more of that, and maybe that'll be season 2, but they just left too many holes and questions, I think, for my taste.
I thought he gave a really good performance.
Yeah.
The X-Men Kamran. I think he's great.
Everybody, like, there was not a single actor where I was like, eh.
I really do feel like the split focus of the narrative going, like, and I ended up liking the Karachi stuff a lot, but in last week's episode, they didn't really set up the finale very well.
No!
And the earlier stuff with damage control didn't set them up to be as militant as they are. But also, it also didn't set up... I did not know that Nakia didn't like superheroes.
Me neither.
Like, that was... I don't feel like that was set up.
No, I don't remember that at all.
I don't know. It just felt like a lot of things came out of nowhere. How, like, Zoe can get into the school to film TikToks?
She goes to school on the weekends to film
TikToks.
No.
She breaks into the school regularly to film TikToks in the theater, and no one... She is famous on TikTok, right? Literally famous on TikTok, according to the show. She has 800,000 followers.
Yeah.
And no one is like, hey, that's our school theater. When are you... like... The guidance counselor would be aware of her TikToks.
Here's the thing. Also, like, schools are not completely dead and empty on weekends. Like, people work there.
No, and people, like, I had practice.
There was practice, there were sports, there were classes, there were extracurriculars, there were teachers who were catching up on work, there was detention.
Yeah.
The principal is, like, working in his office.
Maybe not in the States. That might be a Canadian thing, because there's actually,
maybe.
like...
Actually, you may.
Yeah.
You know what? That's fair.
I don't know.
Fair.
I
like,
wanted...
My mom was a librarian, and we sometimes were there on the weekends because of work stuff.
That's fair.
Like...
Ultimately, with Ms. Marvel, I want to love this show.
Me too.
I want to say it's like the best Marvel show.
I want to love it so much because I adore all of the people.
Yeah, the casting is exemplary, and the family scenes are like, if you were to, you can split the show in half for me. The superhero stuff is a D, and the family stuff, anything
S tier.
Yeah, S tier. Like literally, I'm so in love with this family, and I'm so excited for Iman Vellani to be in the Marvels. I'm so excited to see how they play together. There's so much I'm excited about Iman Vellani continuing as Ms. Marvel in the MCU. I really hope we get her family along for that ride pretty consistently because they're all so wonderful.
Yeah.
But having said that, the plotting of the superhero side of the show was lacking to me.
Yeah.
It didn't set up the villains well. I didn't care. I didn't really understand a lot of characters' motivtions when it came to the superheroine. I think like the show is literally right down the middle, and it's been that way since episode 3.
Yeah, since we were like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
It literally feels like some like. It feels like some film students who are big fans of like Marvel movies tried to make a Marvel thing, but didn't understand how to do the building blocks of bringing it all together.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Like, it feels amateur. The superhero side of it feels amateur. It feels like they're, like, a fan of superhero stuff, but they didn't understand how to make it work.
It didn't feel amateur to me. It felt like, you know what it felt like? Was the first Suicide Squad movie.
Which I did not see.
Which is not amateurly made, right?
I did. We watched it together. Oh, God, I, like, blocked it out.
Yeah, we did a ranks video.
You're right. Oh, God, that was awful.
It doesn't feel amateurishly made. It feels like they didn't have enough time to write the script. It feels like they rushed the writing process. And it honestly, it feels like they sat down, wrote out all of the family stuff. And they were like, this is our show. We care about the family. And then Marvel went, oh yeah, but she's a superhero. And they went, oh, right. We'll add the superhero stuff on top of that. Like, it literally feels like they built the foundation on the family stuff. And then the superhero stuff was an afterthought.
Maybe.
Because the cinematography is not amateurish. Like, this show is
that's not what I mean.
Beautifully shot.
I mean the writing.
Yeah, no, but half of the writing is incredible, right? The Sheik's line in this, where like, just because someone sees you as your enemy does not mean that you have to see them as yours.
Yeah.
That is, it's such a beautiful sentiment, beautifully delivered by the actor.
Yeah.
That scene was great. The very subtle way that Zoe is very clearly coming to terms with her sexuality in that scene, so well written, right? Like, there was genuinely incredible writing in the show. And that's why it's like the split down the middle thing, right? Like, it's not that all of it's written poorly. It's that there is really good writing, and then there is stuff that either the writers didn't care as much about, or the superhero stuff had some studio notes, and
they were like, this is how we need to get into the Marvels, so you're just gonna shoehorn it in however you have to.
And so it ends up being a situation of like, I feel like Disney and Marvel had nothing to say about the family stuff. They're like, that's great. This has to happen for this reason.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it almost feels like there was probably good writing at one point, but it got pulled in so many directions by so many people.
Yeah.
And the thing that I think I'm really encouraged by is that the people who made the show are making Batgirl. And if the dynamic between Batgirl and her father, between Barbara and Jim Gordon, can be as interesting and dynamic as the family dynamic of this, I think that'll be a beautiful centerpiece for that movie.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the filmmaking shown in the show has been really good. It is just, there's an element of it that doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of the superheroics.
And it really doesn't work. Like, and I want it to. I want it to so bad. And I'm just sitting here for half of this episode like, what?
Yeah, the timeline of this episode was rough. It kind of reminded me of the timeline of the fight in the Wheel of Time finale, when I was like, wait, it's been hours?
There's no, the logic is over there. It's in a separate continent.
No, the logic is with the guy at Damage Control being like, don't do this.
Yeah.
And when you, and that is the problem. When you have a character in your show on the side of the villain, tell the villain what to do, and it's the logical right thing to do, it is really hard to get invested in the villain than just being like, no, I'm going to do it because reasons? Like, she doesn't have a reason. All Kamran has done is break a subway window. That's literally, he also escaped from a maximum security super prison. So, like, okay, he's done two things. But
I guess. But he was also there, like...
I think they killed all those guards, too. So
what guards?
When they break out, I think his family killed all those guards. So he's wanted for murder. I keep thinking of this episode, he's not done anything, but the way they break out of that maximum security prison, he probably is wanted for like multiple counts of murder. I still don't think that's a reason to shoot a missile at a child.
At a minor? Yeah. No.
In a public place where
there's a civilian who's literally, like, they have cameras, they can see that there is a civilian right there. Yeah, like, I feel bad for Kamran. But that's why I was hoping that this woman was something other than what she seemed to be. Like, she was a clandestine, that there was a reason.
That there was any purpose for what we were watching.
And I was like, nope, she just sucks. Cool. I love that for us. Like, it wasn't enjoyable. And
can I say what's crazy, though?
What?
I love this show.
Yeah.
I would watch, like, I genuinely think that there are things about the show that are not good.
Yeah.
Like, fully. And, like, there are going to be people who don't care as much about the family dynamic for whom the show is not going to work at all.
Yeah,
and I get that,
fair.
Right? If you want the superheroics, I don't think they're very good. But
no.
I love Aman Vellani's performance.
Yeah.
Like, it is so moving, and she's so good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so excited to see what she does outside of Miss Marvel. A lot of these actors. I'm excited that this show brought actors into my life that, like, I've never seen before.
Yeah.
In a performance that I'm like, oh, I'm literally... There's so many Bollywood actors, and I think that this is true of the show for a lot of people, right? There are Bollywood actors that were in the show that I think American audiences and Canadian audiences, but, you know, we're the...
North American audience.
The North American audience.
When
you see domestic intake for a movie, that is Canada and the US, it's not technically domestic, it's both countries. But I think that people like me are going to be like, oh, like I've never seen a Farhan Akhtar movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to go watch his movies now because he was so good as Waleed. And I think the power of this show is that there's going to be, this is going to bring these actors to levels of fame, which is going to let them be in bigger projects, which is going to bring more and more awareness and representation of like Muslim people in film. And
yeah,
I'm so happy for that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for Aman Vellani's performance. The family brought me so much joy, even when I wasn't enjoying the show. I was so excited when Abu came back after 2 episodes without him.
And he was so good on the roof.
And so I love this show.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's the best show ever made, but
you can still love it.
It brought so much
good.
joy.
Right.
Well, no, but it is good. It is a good show. It's just
I'm just saying
the half of it that I like.
You can love things that are imperfect, right? It doesn't matter. Okay, I feel like we've talked about like the episode itself.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've said what we need to say. Is there anything you wanted to talk about the post-credit scene?
No, you saw my reaction.
Sure. I just like.
Here's the thing.
I'm just curious.
There's no reason for her to turn into Carol Danvers now, unfortunately.
Wait, she turned into Carol Danvers?
Like,
I thought
physically.
she like summoned her.
No. She can shapeshift.
But then why would she be so confused as to all the pictures on the walls?
She should have looked in a mirror first.
Yeah, and she didn't.
Right.
So no, that is Carol Danvers.
No, that is still
she's a different no, she's like, oh no.
Yeah,
she looks at all the photos and is like, I'm in a room of a girl who's like one of my biggest fans. How did I get here?
Okay, that's a different take on it. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Wait,
See,
what?
in the comics, she can. Okay, so in the first time Kamala Khan uses her powers in the comics, she shapeshifts into Carol Danvers.
Oh.
She gets scared.
Oh.
And it's her first ever time using her powers.
Okay.
And so she literally physically shapeshifts into Carol Danvers because she thinks that is safety.
Yeah.
And so what the lesson of the first comic of Kamala, not the first comic, but the first arc is that she doesn't have to be a white woman. Like that a brown girl can be a superhero too, right?
Yeah.
And so she learns that by shapeshifting back into herself and still being a hero. It's a beautiful arc. I kind of wish they'd done it on the show. I think that there's a lot of thematic importance to the idea of what that first arc of Kamala Khan is about. I highly recommend reading it.
Okay, yeah. It was touched on, so it might be a future thing.
And so when I saw that, I just assumed she shapeshifted into Captain Marvel like she does in the comics, but that you can't tell that story once she's already kind of established herself as a superhero.
I guess.
And because you can't, like it has to be her first story, or you do this where she like learns to use her powers on their own and goes to Karachi. And I kind of like this version better in hindsight now because I do like that it is very tied to Pakistan and partition, and like the roots of her family are so important to her story.
Yeah.
It really is wonderful. If she literally switched places, because her power does have something to do with portals, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If she switched places with Carol, that is so funny.
That's what I thought, that Carol Danvers is like, why am I in the bedroom of someone who clearly just like is obsessed with me?
Yeah, because her reaction isn't like, oh, my hands are white.
No.
Yeah.
It's the photos being like, oh no.
That's
like,
interesting.
It can't be that she shapeshifted, because she wouldn't. If she had walked over to a mirror and been like, oh my god, I would have been like, she shapeshifted into Carol Danvers.
No, you're right, yeah.
But she's like confused as to where she is. And she
really
got like sucked in, so it was like there was like a port, like they like swapped or something.
I really want the start of the Marvels to be Carol Danvers walking out of the bedroom
and her mom
and the family being like,
what? That might be it.
Kamala?
She's like, where am I?
Why is there a white woman in your bedroom?
Yeah.
What is happening? That would be very funny.
That's what I think.
And then they have to like go find Kamala? Because then where's Kamala?
No, but exactly. Like where... Yeah, I don't know. That's what I thought happened.
Carol Danvers is like, oh my god, I was in space. And she has to like fly off to go get her. Kamala's just like drifting in a hard light bubble. Like, what is happening?
Oh my god. Could you imagine Kamala's just destroyed by the vacuum of space? Because she
her powers would save her.
No, I know.
Mutants spend a lot of time in space in the comics.
Great.
Yeah.
Love that.
Much to the chagrin of Ashley Victoria Robinson.
I'm excited for the Marvels after this, as much as the superhero stuff was like blah. But I like the Marvels. I'm actually very excited for that movie now.
I've always been. I'm one of the few people that I really like Captain Marvel.
Yeah, and I thought it was fine.
I really like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
So I've always been excited. I really like Brie Larson. I think she's great in everything. So I'm like in that camp of I'm excited for that movie for so many reasons. But yeah. I feel like we said enough about this episode.
Yep.
Well, do you have any feelings about the show as a whole? How do you feel this was as a finale for this show?
Bonkers. I feel like I've said what I needed to say.
It all felt it felt like a post-credit scene to last week's episode.
Almost, yeah.
Last week's episode was so much more of an emotional finale.
Yes,
storytelling wise. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this one in like a month.
Well, we might like just rewatch it and be like, maybe our opinions on it will change. Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna think the family stuff is less good than it is.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm gonna find more sense in the superhero stuff. So like, I feel like I'm pretty square on where I feel about it.
Yeah. Who knows?
And I've rewatched some of the episodes as we've been getting close to the finale. So like, I'm pretty secure on how I feel about the show as a whole.
Yeah.
But yeah, Amon Vellani's a star, and that honestly,
true.
If all we get out of Miss Marvel is that Amon Vellani is a future superstar, I'm fine with that. Because it's worth it. Y'all, if you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave me comments down below because the algorithm god, y'all, she's hungry. She wants some shawarma. But don't go to halal guys.
Wow.
I love that joke because I love halal guys. Unfortunately, if you want to follow us around the internet, you can. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
And as always, do something cosmic tonight. Bye.
Bye.